The sirens screamed down Maple Street, cutting through the morning calm. Children hurried to school. People rushed to work, and nobody noticed the storm about to unfold. Officer Daniels did not need a reason to assert his authority, he just needed an opportunity. And that opportunity arrived the moment he saw her. A black woman in her 30s, dressed in a pressed blazer and slacks, was helping a young student gather spilled books on the sidewalk. Her car was stopped briefly near a hydrant, hazard lights blinking. To Daniels, that was enough. Violation. Easy ticket, he muttered as he stepped out, already writing before saying a word. "Excuse me, officer," the woman said politely, "I am just helping." He cut her off. "Do not talk back." Identification. Her tone remained calm. "Sir, this is unnecessary." "I am hands on the car," he shouted, voice loud enough to draw attention from a passing crowd. Phones came up. Someone whispered. She did not even do anything. Her name was Dr. Maya Collins, an educator and ethics consultant for law enforcement. But right now, with her wrists being forced behind her back, she was just another target of someone else's power trip. Daniel smirked. "You people never learn, do you?" The word stung, but she stayed composed. The cuffs clicked. The crowd gasped. Her student, a little girl of 12, began to cry. Maya looked at her and said softly, "It is all right. Stay strong." Hours later, at the station, Daniels leaned back in his chair, bragging. "She thought she was better than me. Probably one of those I know my rights types." But when the door swung open, Captain Rivera stormed in, holding his phone. His face was pale. "Daniels," he said slowly, "what did you just do?" "I arrested a woman for resisting." Rivera slammed a folder on the desk. "You just handcuffed Dr. Maya Collins, federal ethics instructor for the FBI. She trains agents. She trains us. She is literally the woman the Bureau sends to teach how to prevent racial profiling and misconduct." The room fell silent. Daniel's grin faded. His stomach turned to ice. Within hours, the video hit social media. Millions of views. Racist cop arrests woman who trains FBI. News vans parked outside the station. Protesters gathered with signs that read, "Teach him the law he broke." The next morning, the courthouse was a battlefield of whispers and flashing cameras. Daniels sat in the defendant's chair, sweat glistening on his temple. Maya entered, composed as ever, her lawyer beside her, a former student who now worked in federal prosecution. When the judge asked if she wished to speak, Maya stood. The room quieted. "I have spent my life teaching officers that authority is not control," she began. "It is responsibility. Yesterday, I was not seen as a teacher or a human being. I was seen as a threat because of my skin." Her eyes met Daniels. "Officer Daniels, you humiliated me in front of my students. You could have destroyed my reputation with one false arrest. But instead, you have taught this city a lesson no textbook could ever teach." Daniels looked down. He had no words. The judge nodded solemnly. Charges dropped. Case closed. Internal review to follow. But Maya did not leave the story there. 2 months later, a mandatory ethics seminar for police officers was announced at the local academy. The topic, Power and Prejudice in Modern Policing. As the officers took their seats, Daniels walked in, assigned by his department. When the speaker entered, his heart stopped. It was her, Dr. Maya Collins. She stood at the podium, the same calm power in her voice. "Welcome, officers. Today, we will discuss what happens when law becomes bias." Every word felt like a mirror he could not look away from. The lights dimmed and a video began to play. The footage of his arrest. Gasps filled the room. He could feel eyes burning holes through him. When the lights came back, Maya said softly, "That is not to humiliate anyone. That is to remind you that your actions are lessons to the public, to the world, and sometimes, to yourselves." Daniel's throat tightened. "Dr. Collins," he whispered after the session ended. "I was wrong." She looked at him, her expression steady but kind. "Then learn." That is what teachers want most, not apologies, but growth. Months passed. Daniels stopped chasing minor violations and started mentoring younger officers on empathy and restraint. Years later, when Maya was awarded for her national contributions to justice reform, one of the letters nominating her came from Officer Daniels himself. Because of her, he wrote, "I learned that justice is not about proving who is in charge. It is about remembering why you serve." And that, perhaps, was the real training she had meant to give all along. Now tell me, do you believe people like Officer Daniels can truly change, or do some lessons come too late?